Dubai is the city of dreams, luxury, and unforgettable experiences. But does this hotel live up to the dream or fall short? Let's find out. Welcome to the Arabian Hotel Atlantis The Palm, located in Dubai. Atlantis The Palm is a legendary luxury hotel and probably one of the most recognizable hotels in Dubai. From the first moments, I was amazed by its magnificent architecture and luxurious interiors. The spacious and incredibly beautiful rooms with panoramic views of the Persian Gulf filled me with excitement. Michelin-starred restaurants, a unique aquarium, a world-class water park, and numerous entertainment options make the hotel a real paradise for both adults and children. Spoiler alert, it truly is a vacation millions of people around the world dream of. The hotel rating is 4.7 on Google, 9.2 on Booking, and 4.7 on TripAdvisor. However, even such a popular hotel has its drawbacks, which could influence your choice. Let's take a closer look at all the pros and cons of the hotel so you can make the right decision. But before we begin, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to our channel and support this video with likes and comments. Thank you. Honestly, I wasn't very impressed with the beach at Atlantis The Palm. On one hand, it's well-equipped, comfortable loungers, plenty of towels, clean and well-maintained sand. There's enough space and you can always find a spot if you come early. However, I noticed that many loungers were occupied only by towels, even though the people never actually showed up. If you regularly watch my channel, you know how much this irritates me. The beach itself looks attractive, but the sea disappointed me greatly. It was covered with seaweed, and there was just too much of it. Swimming with that amount of seaweed was not very pleasant. It literally wrapped around your legs and made it hard to swim. According to reviews, last year the sea was crystal clear, so this contrast was quite unexpected for me. I was hoping to enjoy clear water, but that didn't happen. I think this is not the best beach in Dubai, and I wish they took better care of the sea. Unlike the beach, the hotel's territory impressed me much more. The territory of Atlantis The Palm left a strong impression on me. It really looks like one of the best hotels in the world. Everything is very clean, fragrant, stylish, and incredibly comfortable. The hotel building itself looks magnificent, like a real palace. The grounds are beautiful, well maintained, and you can feel the scale and attention to detail. I was especially captivated by the aquarium. It's a real gem of the hotel, and you can watch it for hours. The water park also deserves a special mention. It's simply magnificent, especially for tourists with children. The hotel is clearly family-oriented, and most guests are families with small children and teenagers. This should be noted right away to avoid misunderstandings. Despite all the advantages, the prices are really high, and even small services, like taxis, are much more expensive than outside the hotel. For example, a transfer to the airport booked through the hotel cost 550 dirhams, while through an app it was only 80. It would be logical to include at least the airport transfer in the room price, and in my opinion, for such a high price, it should already be included. By the way, you can check the room prices and book a stay at this hotel, using the links in the description and in the pinned comment under this video. I also didn't like that the pool didn't look very clean, which didn't quite match the overall luxury. The hotel is located in a noisy area where helicopters often fly overhead, and there is construction going on across the way, which slightly disrupts the relaxation. So even here, I found small downsides, but the real delight was yet to come. Dining at Atlantis The Palm was one of the main pleasures of my stay. The breakfasts here are simply fantastic, without a doubt, the best breakfasts I have ever had. A huge selection of fresh and delicious dishes, everything beautifully presented and of very high quality. I was especially pleased that despite the large number of guests, the service in the restaurants was surprisingly fast. Dinners also impressed me. The variety was incredible, from buffets to Michelin-starred restaurants. I tried several of them, and each time the food was top-notch, delicious, exquisite, and with great attention to detail. The fine dining experiences especially stood out. They were pure pleasure. Drinks, however, were expensive, as were the restaurants themselves. Prices are indeed high, but the quality matches, so I was willing to pay more. Dining at the hotel can definitely be described as excellent, and I enjoyed every meal. This is definitely one of those hotels where you should try as much as possible. My family and I were thrilled. However, there were some small issues with our room. My room at Atlantis The Palm was incredibly beautiful and spacious. Separate, large, and very clean rooms. You could tell they were well cared for. Housekeeping was done twice a day, and the staff always left pleasant little touches that created a real sense of care. The room was well equipped and comfortable for relaxing. However, I was disappointed that you had to pay extra for almost everything, even for little things that are usually included. The Wi-Fi in the room was very weak, which did not match the hotel's level at all. Also, there was no table or chair on the balcony, which took away the pleasure of sitting outside in the evening. The view was gorgeous, but you had to stand. One time they tried to charge me for services I hadn't used at all, so be sure to double check your bill before leaving. Considering the high cost of staying here, such moments are upsetting. I hope it was just a simple mistake, but it did happen, so I'm letting you know. One of the most significant downsides is that the hotel is located opposite a construction site, and I was woken up by the noise in the mornings. Despite this, the room was very comfortable and looked absolutely luxurious. If it weren't for the extra charges and a few inconveniences, the impression would have been perfect. But such a luxurious place wouldn't be complete without the staff. Are they good? The staff at Atlantis The Palm made a simply fantastic impression on me. The service was impeccable from the beginning to the end of my stay. All the employees were incredibly polite, courteous, and competent. From the front desk to the restaurants and housekeeping, every interaction felt warm and genuinely caring. I especially want to highlight the housekeeping staff, who kept my room impeccably clean and always left pleasant little touches. This is undoubtedly one of the best hotels in terms of service quality that I have ever stayed at. The English-speaking staff were always happy to help, explained everything in detail, and sincerely tried to make my stay perfect. While talking to other tourists, I learned that the Russian-speaking staff at the reception were not as friendly. This slightly spoiled the overall impression, especially in contrast with the rest of the team. Nevertheless, the hospitality at the hotel overall was simply outstanding. I felt very comfortable and truly like a welcome guest. But the staff not only worked, they also entertained the guests. How well did they do that? There were really a lot of entertainment options at Atlantis The Palm, and everyone could find something to their liking. Teenagers especially loved the water park. They spent hours there and didn't want to leave. We also enjoyed playing beach volleyball and soccer, and sometimes organized mini tournaments in table tennis and table football during the day. In the evenings, we went to the court and played tennis for free. It was a great opportunity to stay active. There were also billiards and giant chess and checkers on the grounds, which added even more variety. In the pool, there were designated areas for playing volleyball and basketball, which was fun for both adults and children. The free dolphin show was especially memorable. It was very cute and touching. There was a wide range of water activities available. You could rent a jet ski, a boat, and much more. Personally, I enjoyed the bowling alley, a cozy place where we had a great evening. However, the daytime entertainment by the pool reminded me of a cheap resort with banal contests. In a hotel of this level, you would expect something more stylish and original. Nevertheless, the overall impression of the entertainment remained positive, and there were enough activities for the entire day. The kids were absolutely thrilled, and I will tell you more about that next. We really like the kids zone at Atlantis The Palm. It's truly a wonderful place for a family vacation where children are taken care of 100%. My kids especially love the playground. Spacious, bright, and thoughtfully designed. They could walk around the hotel grounds freely and safely, which, as a parent, was very important to me. The water park was a real dream come true for a child. Of course, there were always a lot of people, and sometimes we had to wait a long time for our turn. Nevertheless, the kids were thrilled and asked to go back every day. The hotel grounds were indeed comfortable, clean, beautiful, and spacious. You can clearly see that everything was organized with the needs of families with children in mind. I felt comfortable letting the kids roam around on their own because there was a lot of security throughout the hotel grounds. We felt confident and relaxed. This is definitely a place we would love to return to as a family many more times. Atlantis The Palm is undoubtedly one of the brightest and most memorable hotels in Dubai. It impresses with its scale, architecture, excellent cuisine, and level of service. The stunning aquarium and water park will not leave anyone indifferent. The dining is excellent, especially the breakfasts. They deserve endless praise. However, there are also some downsides. High prices, weak Wi-Fi noise from the construction, and additional charges for services that are not always obvious. The beach and pool were a bit disappointing due to the seaweed and the feeling of insufficient cleanliness. Nevertheless, overall, this is a hotel for those who seek an atmosphere of luxury and entertainment but are ready to pay a high price for their vacation. Friends, the final choice is always yours and only you can decide whether it's worth flying to this hotel or not. In the meantime, I recommend you also check out these videos about other Arabian hotels. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our new reviews. And with that, I say goodbye for now. See you soon at a new hotel.